back. The Kentucky River District Health Department announced its first COVID-related death today. In addition to that, in the last week, the district, which covers 7 counties, saw a jump in case numbers. WYMT's Connor James spoke with the district's public health director today about where those cases are and what to do looking ahead.
The man who died in Perry County was actually the county's first case. He was 79 years old and had other health problems that were amplified by COVID-19. He died on May 30th, and the State Department of Public Health ruled today that he had died from complications brought on by the coronavirus. In Perry County, there has been a spike in cases here. On June 9th, there were 22 cases. All of them had recovered, including the man who recently died. He had tested negative, but his other health factors that had been amplified by COVID resulted in his death. From June 9th to now, though, we've seen almost double. As of yesterday, there were 42 cases here. In Letcher County, another county in the district, there have been multiple COVID cases there as well, including a Walmart worker. Looking ahead, Public Health Director for the Kentucky River District, Scott Lockard, says the people of the district determine what the future of the pandemic in our region looks like.
If we take the precautions that we need to take, we continue to try to stay healthy at home as much as we can, and we're out in public, we wear masks, we take all available precautions, we can slow the virus's spread in our community. If we act like the pandemic is over and we stop wearing masks out in public, we just go on about our business, this virus is going to continue to spread more.
Also in Letcher County, a part-time jail employee there had COVID-19. He had tested positive earlier. Since then, they've had to send additional people home and have inmates isolating. I'm in Perry County. Connor James, WYMT Mountain News.
All right, thanks, Connor. God's Closet in Manchester is not reopening as planned due to an increase of COVID-19 cases in Clay County. For 11 weeks, God's Closet has received at least 1,000 bags of clothes and even refrigerators and stoves. Now all those donations are sitting inside waiting to be picked up. The organization hoped to reopen next Monday, but decided to do its part in protecting the community by moving the opening date.
When the spike of the cases of COVID-19 began to rise, we realized we had to reconsider, and so we probably won't be open through the month of July. Maybe try to give it a shot in August. Just one person's life being saved by social distancing, by us being closed, it'd be worth giving all these clothes away, you know. And so it's just we just got to be safe and got to do the right thing.
WYMT's Dakota Makers will have more on this coming up at 5:30. Businesses across the country are struggling as a result of the pandemic. Cities and states are working to help out as many as possible. WYMT's Will Puckett has more from the I-75 corridor on how a larger company is hoping to pay it forward.
It's well documented that small businesses have been impacted tremendously by the coronavirus and its subsequent shutdowns. In southern Kentucky, officials with the Chamber of Commerce, along with a company called Northern Contours, have teamed up to provide support for small businesses in the area. With $15,000 provided, these small businesses can apply for forgivable, no-interest loans to help them with cash flow. Executive Director Bruce Carpenter says it's an incredibly important piece to helping these small businesses through this pandemic.
Now they are starting to open up a little bit more, but you know, there's constraints there as to how many customers they may have. There's certain criteria they have to meet, which they still have their ongoing costs and expenses. But they're trying to build their business back and keep it open.
Now this help is up to $2,500 per business. It is not restricted just to those businesses within the Corbin and Williamsburg city limits. They can be out in the county. Anyone looking for this help has until Monday, June 22nd to apply. In Corbin, Will Puckett, WYMT Mountain News.
Will, thank you, and we have the application process on our website at WYMT.com. One man is behind bars and another in critical condition following an assault early Tuesday morning in Hazard. The Hazard Police Department was called to East Main Street around 6:45 a.m. They found Robert Beaver from Knott County covered in blood. Unsure where it was coming from, he was taken to the hospital. Lieutenant John Holbrook went to the hospital with EMS and learned this was a more serious matter.
They took him to CT, determined there was a brain bleed. At that point, we actually went back to the scene because we knew we had something major going on.
Further investigation led to the arrest yesterday of 27-year-old Jesse Couch. He is in the Kentucky River Regional Jail. He is charged with 1 count of attempted murder, among others. WIMT's Lacey Roberts will have more on this later tonight. The Justice Department applied for an emergency restraining order Wednesday night to keep former National Security Advisor John Bolton's book from becoming public. Efforts to block the release of Bolton's book have not prevented it, though, from getting into the hands of more than half a dozen reporters. In a nearly 600-page book, the former National Security Advisor writes a detailed criticism of the Trump administration. Numerous government and White House officials disagree with the publishing of the book.
Look, I knew John Bolton pretty well after he got in here, and my take on him, it's big lie Bolton, it's book deal Bolton. He's doing it for the money. That's pretty clear.
The Justice Department claims the book will damage national security. It has been shipped to booksellers and is due to go on sale Tuesday. Young immigrants brought to the U.S. as children will not be forced to leave anytime soon. The U.S. Supreme Court decided that the attempt to end the federal program known as DACA was unreasonable and unsupported. For now, some 650,000 immigrants will keep their legal protections. However, immigrants understand that the Department of Homeland Security can go back and look for a different way to end the program.
Right now, this decision is great. It's good to celebrate. It's a good victory, but at the same time, it's not over. Like the lawyer said, they could take DACA off at any time. So we need to make sure that we are proactive.
A government study says 90% of Dreamers hold jobs and 45% are enrolled in school. Nearly 30,000 are working in the healthcare system. Coming up on Mountain News, President Trump is planning his first rally in more than 3 months. But are people attending putting their health at risk? Find out after the break.
And the scattered showers and thunderstorms continue as we head into your Friday. But how about that weekend forecast? I'll have those details coming up.